I went through the Burger King drive-thru and the girl, she goes, "That is the coolest bird I've ever seen." And I said, "That's Remy." And she is. She is the coolest bird. You are, Remy. She's awesome. I gotta go to, I'm doing laundry right now. I'm sort of out of socks, not really. I got some being cleaned, but I need to buy a bag of socks because I'm wearing some right now that, like, the elastic is real shitty. I can't handle it. So I'm getting some new ones. Right, Remy? Check this out in the front of the Walmart. It's to scrape your grill with, your barbecue grill. Or you could use it as like a little canoe paddle, you know? It's pretty sweet. There's been times in my life that I've only had one pair of shoes. This is true. You think I've always been like this rich, successful dog trainer making millions of dollars on YouTube? Well, that's not the case, and I'm not shitting. I only had one pair of shoes. I remember one year, I had one pair of shoes. It was wintertime. It had a hole in them. Every time I went outside, my feet would get wet. It was miserable. So now that I'm not broke, I have not one pair of shoes. I probably have about 10. It's the truth. And they're all these shoes that I get at Walmart, which is the only, they're made by Wrangler, okay? They're the only leather shoe that Walmart makes. They also come in black. And this shoe, this style shoe, the slip-on, LL Bean sells them, you know, Cabela's, they all sell something like this for about 120 to 150 bucks, something like that. Merrill makes a pair. These are 20 bucks. I don't ever want to be like that again. I can't stand having wet feet. It sucks. That was a horrible time in my life, you know? Not enough money to have a pair of shoes. I'm not making this shit up. It sucked. Another luxury that I allow myself, since I'm the millionaire YouTuber dog trainer, is I like to have socks, plenty of socks. When my socks get shitty, I'll just buy a bag of them. Like here's, for 12 bucks you can buy, no, those are like tube socks. Those are over the calf. No thanks. It's not 1978. But for the same price, for about 13 bucks, you can buy how many pair? 12. So they're $1 a piece essentially. So I think this is a good deal. Holy crap, Walmart has shorts out already. Look at that, those are shorts, man. Shorts, short sleeve shirts. Spring is here. Well, not in New York State yet. We still got a little bit to go. I can't put any plants in the ground until May 15th. We still get frost in early May. But this is it, it's over. This weekend will probably be the last time we'll see snow, maybe. The other night I was outside, it was sort of warm out. I was seeing night crawlers. You know, I had a flashlight with me and I was seeing night crawlers. It's great. I've seen a frog in my house. There was a mouse trying to come in the other day. So I didn't want to hurt it. It was beautiful. So it was in like the mud room. There's a door, and then there's a little bit of a break, and then there's another door to the outside. It was in there. So I scared it outside, and then I really sort of scared it to keep it away from my house. I don't want to kill it, you know? I'm giving it a negative experience. Like, I don't want to be your friend. If it was just one mouse, I'd be fine with it, but it won't be. It'll be a bunch of them. No, stay away, mice. I like you. I mean, it was really a beautiful little mouse. Like the one that I had to kill one like a few weeks back, you know, with the snap trap. I'm looking at it and I'm like, my God, the thing was gorgeous. Real tiny. You know, I'm looking at its fur kind of blackish with like a blue hue to it. It's fucking really a pretty animal. I don't want to kill him. Go away. I just went in the bathroom. I seriously wanted to ask this guy if he was okay. That's how bad it was. It was foul. Foul sounding too. It was fucking gross. You know, can't you do that at home? No, I guess you can't. Better than taking a dump in your pants. It's true. That's a bad experience. Need liquid nails. I'm doing some stone work in my house. I glued the stone up on the wall, hold it in place with some screws, and then I'm gonna thin set around it. By the way, I didn't know that thin set makes a product that's already pre-mixed. That's what I'm gonna use. I'll be paying a premium, sort of, you know. I think 3 gallons of that, which is more than enough to do what I'm doing. Have some left over, I'll probably do some in the bathroom. But 3 gallons was about 50 bucks. So it's a premium, but it's pre-mixed, it's in a tub, so I don't have to buy a bucket. There'll be no messy cleanup. If any's left, I can put the lid on it and use it later. You know? Like flex tape. Well, you don't get much for $13, that's for sure. Flex Seal's kind of pricey too. I've used it. As I was checking out, they were doing something that Petco does, which is they're asking, would you like to donate $1, right, while you're checking out? I said no, but then I asked them what it was, and it was the Southern Tier Food Bank. So it's a local organization. I don't have as much of a. I'm on the phone. I'm doing FaceTime. I'm talking to somebody right now. Do you mind? Can you believe this? Can you believe this? Jesus Christ. It's like I can't even fucking call on the phone. Jesus Christ. You should see her. A female Bigfoot is more attractive than that pig. I mean, you know, honestly, you should have seen this woman. Seriously, female Sasquatch might be just as attractive. She was a creature. Seriously, a fucking creature. So anyway, the Southern Tier Food Bank, I don't have as much of a problem with that. You know, it's local. It's absolutely local. But it's still sort of strange, like if people want to donate something, it's sort of a weird time to be asking them. Well, I guess it's not. They have you have your money out. They can get the donation real quick. But the thing of it is these organizations like Walmart, they're collecting lots of money. Lots of money. Okay, they're asking everybody that comes in there, do you want to donate $1? Who gets a tax write-off? We don't. Walmart does. It's kind of fucked up. Who would be that narcissistic that if you saw somebody holding I was holding it like this, talking into the camera, right? FaceTime, right? But why would you automatically assume that I was taking your picture? She was seriously 30 feet away and way over there. Like, how narcissistic must you be? And narcissism really doesn't have to do with the way that somebody looks. It could. That could be a part of it for someone. But to think that everything revolves around you, trust me, this woman, it was not about her looks. She was 350, hideous, right? Real hideous. Horrible person. Like, I don't want anybody in my video. You know, I don't. I saw somebody somebody was on my channel going, oh, do they have Wi-Fi at Walmart? I can, you know, do a vlog from Walmart live. Okay, go ahead, but you're going to get people on video that don't want to be. Somebody's walking in the background. right? You can't really see them. It's a blur. It's no big deal. But if somebody's clearly in the video, I take them out. Do you know what I'm saying? If I have a conversation with someone, they're not in my video, or I say, like Kevin swore that, he's a friend, you know, I'm putting you on, you're going to be on Walmart or on YouTube. That's different. I told the person that stole my idea to do videos in stores and stuff like that, I said, so you're doing these live. Like this idiot goes, oh, does Home Depot have Wi-Fi? I don't fucking know. I do edited videos. I'm not putting out shit that's live. Somebody said the other day, oh, you should do a live question and answer about dogs. No, why don't you? Okay? Why don't you? I got enough on my motherfucking plate. I put out videos. I got fucking 4 or 5 channels. Okay? And when I had one channel, it was not uncommon for me to put out 13 videos in a day. So why do I need more work? I don't. But I am putting out a new channel. By the way, I have one channel that's doing pretty good. Caine's Wetland Skunk Ape, and that's a Bigfoot. And this one, Peter Caine Shops at Walmart, this one's doing real good too. I'm going to monetize both those real soon. And I am going to put out a news-related kind of current events channel, Peter Caine with the Daily News. And I'll probably be talking about Trump either being indicted or, you know, whatever they're going to do to Trump. Probably impeach him. He might get indicted after he's impeached. That's a possibility. You're a Trump supporter? You think this is fake news? Stop watching Fox. By the way, did y'all see the interview of Scott Pruitt yesterday? That was a Fox. He went there to Fox because he thought that they were going to throw him a softball. Right? That interviewer tore that guy up. You know? Trump and his draining the swamp. You know? That hasn't worked out so good, has it? Has he drained the swamp? How many people have had to leave because they're just taking advantage, you know, getting planes, private planes and shit? How many people have been fired because of that? He's really drained the swamp. He's spent a lot of our money is what he's doing, Trump. And every time Trump goes down to Florida, he spends just so much money. You know, his wife being in New York City, when his wife was in New York City, costing the city almost $1 million a fucking day. He's draining the swamp. Yeah, right. He's done a really great job. He told you all that he was going to make you all rich, didn't he? How about that big tax cut that we all get? We don't get it. Rich people get it. And you're still supporting this guy? How much did your paycheck go up? Not much, right? $1.50 or something? It's fucked up. You know, if I was better at, you know, this confrontation shit, I would have said something like, no, I'm not. Could you tell me why you would think that I would be taking a picture of you? You know, it's just, people are fucking annoying. You know, I'm minding my own motherfucking business. I don't need your fucking nonsense. Fucking cow. It's not even nice to a cow. Seriously, it isn't. It isn't nice. The last time that happened, I think that's the last time that happened, I think that I was talking to my friend Jinian, and that's what we had come up with, is just, if something like that happens again, somebody thinks you're taking a video of them, you know, just say I'm doing FaceTime with somebody. Go away, jerk. And it did. That is the first thing that popped into my head, was like, just say you're doing FaceTime. Did I call her an asshole? No, but I sent her attitude, you know? I mean, can you imagine? Just assuming somebody's taking a picture of you? Yeah, I'm taking a picture of you because I'm going to go home and look at it and jerk it. You know? What does she think? I'm telling you, not in a million years. I'm not shitting you. Pretty hideous. I put out one of my longest dog training videos ever on Peter Caine dog training. It was probably 40 minutes long, 38 minutes long, something like that. It's such a problem for people with the puppy biting and how to get them to stop biting. You know, I could talk about any subject for just, if it's dogs, I could just keep talking. But I don't think longer videos, in most cases, I don't think people are going to watch them. But, you know, I hope that enough people see this that are going to get a puppy and they can sort of get it right in their head. You know, I had a Skype session today with someone. It was a woman about my age, wants to get a puppy, her and her husband. She wants to do it right this time, said that she always had dogs that were sort of a mess. Like, at a time, I think she had 4 in the house, but one of the dogs she took from her daughter, couldn't deal with it or something, got it in college, which is not a good time to get a dog. And this woman was being very logical, like, we're gonna get a dog, we're gonna do it the right way. My husband is I'm gonna do this, and he has to, you know, abide by the rules. That's correct, you know. Family can be some of the worst. You know, it just makes sense. So that's the sign that things will probably go pretty good for this dog. She had one dog that jumped up on somebody and did something. I think it was a golden doodle or something. So she took it to an obedience classes and did obedience training with the dog. And so she had one dog that was trained that she really got along with great. They bonded together, and that's the thing about training, is it helps you bond to the dog and the dog bond to you. So she said that she's had other dogs that, you know, she wasn't totally into, you know, and I understand this. I've heard this before. It's like, once you have a trained dog, a dog that's obedient, you never want to go back to that untrained dog crap. That sucks, man. Those dogs end up in shelters, they end up having miserable lives, the human can't communicate with them properly, the dog's always getting negativity because the dog's always doing something stupid because it's untrained, it's not the dog's fault. So she's really taken the correct approach. That is honestly, that is one of the times when I feel that a Skype session consultation can be extremely helpful. Most everybody does the same thing that she does. Like, she had a list of questions that she was going to ask, you know. She also had a pen with her and she was writing stuff down. Almost 99% of the people do that. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. Skype session, Skype consultation is not going to help if your dog is being aggressive. Are you kidding me? If you have an aggressive dog, you know, it's done anything like that, or if it's growling, it's warning you, you know. Seriously, it's warning you. So get on it, go call somebody. Aggression is nothing to fuck around with. It isn't. They growl and then they bite. They growl, lunge, and bite. In that order. You know, if your dog is untrained, you know, the chances are much greater that it's going to bite someone. It's the truth. You can never say for sure that a dog will never bite anyone, but one thing that you can say for sure is that dogs that are trained and the owners are responsible and make responsible decisions for the dogs don't bite in the regularity that the untrained dog does. That's for sure. And I'll tell you something else. People that spend money on training, they're making an investment in their dog, or even a Skype session could be an investment in the dog. I'm not saying that this woman at some point might want to take that obedience class. I said, did they use food? No, they didn't. They didn't use food. So wherever she is in Texas, she found a dog trainer that, you know, didn't use food. What was that we were talking? We're talking about something, and then I think we were talking about dog runs and stuff like that. You know, just basic good practices with the dog. And I said something like, when you were doing the obedience training with the dog, she said that they did it out in a field. I said, after the training session over, at any point, did you all let your dogs off leash and just let them start mock fighting? You know, play fighting. No, that's good. You have the dog on a leash and you start teaching the dog to be calm around other dogs and not to mock fight. People that think that play fighting for a dog is socializing the dog, you're idiots. You're idiots. Mock fighting is the same body language as actual fighting, and compare it to a human being that does MMA, does, you know, any martial arts, anything like that. First you practice, and then you test your skills in a real fight. And that's what the dog's doing. First they practice mock fighting, then they get in a real fight. Many times people that take their dogs to the dog run at an early age, you end up with a dog that is in fights by the time it's 8 months old. And then you got a mess on your hands, because I'll tell you what, the heart rate gets elevated in a fight, right? Adrenaline, the dogs get into it, and they sort of, you know, they look forward to the fight. It's fun. Sort of like me going hunting and almost drowning. It's similar. I'm telling you, don't let your dogs mock fight. That's not a good practice to be, you know, come on. You're encouraging your dog to play fight? People in this country are a bunch of idiots when it comes to dogs. I'm not shitting you, man. It's just this notion that you're supposed to... One thing that we talked about was that everybody should know that your dog doesn't get better social skills, okay? All the social skills that your dog gets are when it's with the litter, okay? So that's in the 3rd, 4th, 5th week, 6th week, 7th week. You start breaking the dogs up at the 7th and 8th week because you don't want them to keep mock fighting and shit. It becomes ingrained, and then you have a dog that has serious issues. If you're spending money on a dog, you don't buy a dog in the 12th week, okay? You don't buy a dog at 4 months. It's been at the breeder with other dogs in the litter. It's 4 months old, and you're paying full price for it. Once again, you're an idiot. My car is running like a top. It is. I'm sort of looking forward to getting back to the art studio. I don't know why. I prefer it up here. But I could do some stuff down there. You know. Bowser's going back. We'll stay for a few days. I guess Bella's coming. I assume Bella's still coming. I haven't talked to Bella's. What would that be? Bella's brother. Yeah. Bowser's dad is Bella's brother. Sort of. Human brother. So Bella has some issues treating her mom like possessively, and we can nip this in the mud, but seriously, this won't be too much of an issue. We'll get Bella to retrieve too. Bella's a Shih Tzu mix. It'll be fun, you know? Why not? I trained an 8 or 9 year old Weimaraner to pick up a fucking Caine not too long ago. You know, I can train the 2-year-old Shih Tzu to retrieve a tennis ball or something. We'll see. Like, you know, maybe she can pick up keys like Bowser. I don't know. It all depends. Like if she, you know, if she's got a smashed in face or something. You know, some dogs can't do some things because of how, you know, they are. So, you know, you don't want to have any dog doing anything unnatural, or, you know, like I'm trying to think, like you wouldn't use a bulldog as a waterfowl dog. Not that bulldogs sink, that's a myth. My dad had bulldogs. Like when he got older, instead of having labs, he had bulldogs. And I'm just telling you, they swim. They swim. They do not sink. It's bullshit. Now, they do have a lot of bone on them, right? They have a big bone structure and everything. So when they go in the water, they jump in, they sink down, they come up swimming. Just like every other dog, they just sink a little bit more at first. But they swim, you know? One other thing about dogs, like, this is something I've heard for years. Like, I'll say, oh yeah, I got a lab or Chesapeake Bay or something. And somebody, oh, they have webbed feet. Yeah, it's a dog. It has webbed feet. Some dogs do swim better than others, though. But, I mean, you look at my Labrador. He was a great swimmer. He's retired now. He doesn't need to do anything except hang out with me. And you compare him to my dog Tonka, who has no fat content on him. He's just pure muscle and energy. He was as fast as Ike swimming, you know. He was just as good of a swimmer. And yes, the GSP has webbed feet. It's just all this stupid shit about dogs that people don't, a lot of myth about canines, you know. This taking them to the dog park to socialize them is a huge myth. Letting kids play with the dog to socialize it to human beings does nothing positive for the dog. It doesn't. The dog's jumping on the kids. You're influencing the dog at an early age to jump on people. It's a huge fucking mistake. Just keep a leash on the dog and don't let him jump on a kid or an adult. And the more the dog doesn't jump on a human being, the less problem you're gonna have. Don't let problems start. Seriously, that's what it's about. Don't let problems start. Fuck, I pulled up to the house. I don't have anything to drink, really. You know? I gotta go to Dandy and get some tea. Dandy Mart is the closest place. There's nothing in Beaver Dams. Somebody put a pizza place out here in Beaver Dams. They tried it before, and it did not work. It didn't, because there's nothing around here. Somebody else bought the place, and now they're doing it again. And if you go in there, it's like they have a few things. Like they might have like some Fritos or something, but they don't have a lot of them. And like they might have some stuff to drink. Like they might have Pepsi or Mountain Dew or something. But like they have a lot of empty space in there. They make pizza, chicken wings. There's nothing around here. I don't even know how they can pay an employee. It's fucking absurd. It's like Beaver Dams is in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around here. You got Corning that way, or you got Watkins Glen that way. You know, it's their business, not mine. I would not open up a restaurant in this area. It's like the restaurant is in the middle of a cornfield, essentially. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know? And they have to compete with Dandy, which is very close, and Dandy makes pizza. It didn't work. It didn't work one time. It's not going to work again. Last time it was like a sub shop or something that sold pizza, and now I think they have sandwiches too. I don't know. I got chicken wings in there that they'll sort of make them to order. Like I said, could I have them extra crispy? They did that. But if I asked the people at Dandy that are cooking, and I want my chicken wings extra crispy, they'd do that for me. I don't know. Not that I'm the greatest, you know, not that I make great business decisions. I'll tell you what, we had 60-mile-an-hour winds here yesterday. Well, 30 with gust up to 60. I've never seen so many downed branches and shit. It's unbelievable. Looks like a tornado came through here. I mean, it's just like all over. I believe it. I was out in it at one point, and it was really, I think it was gusting up to 60. I was like, I'm going back in. I had Bowser with me. I'm like, let's go inside. It's too much, you know? I don't mind a little bit. It was just a little bit too windy for my liking. You know, and obviously, seeing all the branches and everything was the correct decision, because it really did. It really started about 45 minutes later. It even got worse. You know, I could hear the wind whistling, you know, above my roof. You know, it was pretty high winds.